I've figured out that I just have a punchable face. Like, I know this because I keep getting into fights that make no sense. Like, 1 second I'm doing nothing, and the next second, someone hates me more than they've ever hated anyone. Like, they're doing fine, they're just chilling the whole day. Then they see my face, and now they just can't control their anger anymore. They can't go ahead with their day without punching me or wanting to punch me. Like I remember in 2020, during the lockdown in Bombay, where I live, when things had just started to open up, I was driving around to get some fresh air because it had been so long since I'd been out and I had forgotten what people looked like, or what trees looked like, or what dogs looked like, basically what anything looked like. And just as I reached the main road, I saw two people on a bike beside my car and they were knocking on my car window. Now, because it had been so long since I had had any form of social interaction, my first thought was that they want to be my friends. I was like, oh, these guys want to be my friends. Yeah, that was my first thought. I thought this is how they made friends. They just knocked on random cars and they went, hey, do you want to get some Chinese food? You want to watch a movie later? But then the bike guy asked me to stop my car ahead, and that got me more excited because I was like, wow, this guy can't wait to be friends. So I stopped ahead and I rolled down my window, ready to make a new friend. But instead, and he comes right up to my face and he goes, you hit my bike and I nearly fell down. I could have been dead. Why did you hit my bike? Now, I was a little upset because this is not the best way to start a new friendship. And also, the end of that sentence was a little weird. What do you mean, why did I hit your bike? Like, there was a whole purpose to hitting your bike. I didn't even see you, that's why. But I apologized and I drove off. But 2 minutes later, these two caught up with me and they started knocking on my window again. And they asked me to park my car ahead again. Now, this time I knew that there was a slight chance that they were not looking for friendship, but I parked ahead anyway because I still had hope and low standards. Basically, I had low standards for friendships. The second I park, I lock my car just in case that they're not looking for friendship. And the guy on the bike walks his way to me, really angry this time, and he tells me to lower my window. To which I just say no and I just continue sitting in. I didn't leave. I didn't drive off. I just continued sitting inside like a lunatic. And I was doing the worst job of trying to ignore him, by the way. Like, he's pounding on my window and I'm just whistling a tune, which made him angrier, by the way. That's when he walks over to the other side and he asked me to roll down the window on the other side. And I agreed immediately because I was like, oh, what's he going to do from the other side? And also because he was scary, so I just wanted to agree to anything. He could have asked me to strip naked and I would have done that. But mostly because I was like, oh, what's he going to do from the other side? Well, turns out a lot. Because the second I rolled down the window on the other side, he put his hand in and unlocked my car from the other side and just sat right next to me. Now, I want you guys to know that I was scared, but not because I thought I was going to get beaten up, but because this guy was not wearing a mask and I was scared of getting corona. That's how bad corona has fucked up my mind, by the way. This guy was about to punch me and I was like, hey, wait. At least put on some hand sanitizer before you do that, man. Come on. There's a pandemic going on. Now, this guy is in the car and he's pissed, okay? And I had to think of a plan real quick. And that is the precise moment my brain just formulated a plan and just went ahead with it without consulting the whole body about it at all. I didn't even know I was going to do this. My brain just decided it for me. What I did was, before this guy could even lay a hand on me, I just started to pretend to cry. Yeah, that was my plan. That was the master plan. Just big tears rolling down my cheeks and an ugly crying face. This tactic seemed to work to some extent because this stuns an alpha male, which is what this guy was. The second I started crying, he had no idea what to do. He just stopped talking for a bit, confused out of his mind, and he looked at my face and he went, But you're an adult. Why are you crying? Adults don't cry. Because he had never seen an adult cry. He just got awkward after this. His friend on the bike got awkward. People were passing by and they started getting awkward. In fact, I could feel God getting awkward. Now, while they were all confused and looking at each other, I also slyly put on a mask because no way am I crying and getting corona. That's just too embarrassing. That's nope. 2 minutes into this crying, this guy had had enough and he went, okay, you know what? If you don't stop crying, I'll beat you up. Which kind of defeated the purpose of me crying, so I stopped. Now, this guy didn't look like he had any plan of leaving my car. He even removed a cigarette and started smoking. This is what friends do. Except this was a random guy who had made it clear that he didn't want to be friends with me and instead wanted to beat me up. So, nope, I wasn't okay with that. But things were really heating up now. So I asked him what he wanted to get out of my car. Because by this point, I had given up on our friendship. But that's when he went, okay, you know what? I think I've broken my leg and I need money for an x-ray because I'm limping. This is all on you. Which was way more specific than I'd expected him to be. So I asked him, how much money do you want, man? And he went, oh, how much money do you have in your wallet? Because according to him, whatever I had in my wallet is exactly how much an x-ray would cost. I checked and I had like $400, which is around $6. So I showed him that. And this guy takes my 400 rupees and he's like, oh, thanks. Also, what do you do for work? And I said, oh, I'm a comedian. And the second he heard that, he just looks at me and he says, oh, that explains why you're so weak and sickly. And then he just gives me back my 400 and says, you know what, please just go eat some food. You need this more than I do. I'm fine with limping for 2 weeks. And he just backed away and left. So maybe, in a way, he really was a friend. It goes to show, if you have a passion, follow it. Because chances are, no one will ever take money from you because your passion will mostly never fetch you money. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm also a stand-up comedian, so you can watch this video where I talk about another one of my fuck-ups. Yeah, my life is just full of fuck-ups. And keep watching Sketch My Story for more animated stories like this one.